All right. This is episode 6, I believe. We've got Tom Goss on the podcast today.
Yeah.
You wanna say hi? What's
That's
up?
me.
People have been asking. People have been asking for you.
What people?
I don't know.
I've been irrelevant
Just
for
the
quite a while.
People with weird screen names.
And
avatars that don't have their face in them, you know.
Yeah.
Head in the oven 69 requesting
Yeah.
Tom Goss.
If there's any
Thundercunt 64.
Yeah. If their handle involves some sort of food and some sort of assault, then that's probably someone who's a fan of me.
Cake battery.
yeah, cake battery.
Assault.
yeah.
I thought you meant like assault. Like a
Himalayan pink salt.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Ham sandwich iodine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is
Been
that
requesting.
wow? You know your salt.
I know iodinized and non-iodinized, a new pink Himalayan.
Well,
And Gandhi had a salt, I think. Gandhi salts? Actually, I think that's just called rape. It's Gandhi salts. You know what? I was so cool throughout the entire episode. I had to drop a Gandhi rape. I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry,
you're in store for a great episode. We talked about anger and other stuff. What else did we talk about? It doesn't matter. Breast milk.
Yeah, breast milk, intimacy.
Intimacy. We did talk about intimacy.
You talked about we talked about you liking
Terrible men.
Yeah, you liked when school teachers pretend they're 15 in porn.
It's okay.
You held it together for so long, Tom. You really did.
You know what? That's a little teaser for you. You guys are gonna have to watch the rest of the
anyone who
episode.
came to the show to hear, for me, is hoping the whole episode's that.
Please.
Give Nicole a 5-star review
Please
and
give me
rate
a
her
5-star
show.
review. I did already, give a piece of my mind to whoever gave me a 4-star review. I've only cried about it about 3 times, so I am very self-conscious. Please don't do that to me. Give me a 5-star review, or don't say any. Be nice, or don't say something nice. Or don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
Didn't your mama teach you right?
If you don't give 5 stars, you're lacking a ball or a tit.
Yeah.
That's a threat.
You're a one. But you mean you're gonna take it, or I'm gonna take it?
Nicole's gonna take your ball.
I thought you meant if they do that, you're probably a one-balled guy.
Yeah.
I feel like terrible men have one ball. Well, I mean, I don't want to say that. If you have one ball, no.
Thanks a lot, Lance Armstrong.
I was thinking of Hitler. Hitler
You had a
has
micro penis.
in one ball.
Oh, you only had one ball?
You had a micro penis in one ball?
Okay. I mean, how many reasons do we need to justify his actions?
Yeah, can't we just dislike him because he killed a lot of Jews?
I'm pretty sure Hitler had one ball.
Okay.
Anyway, but please give us
one
a
best.
5-star review. Please subscribe, like all the things, and share with your friends. You know, podcast spread by word of mouth.
Right.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
if you like this episode specifically, you should mention Tom and Hitler have one ball in the review.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
That'll get my people reviewed. Anytime someone can compare me to Hitler.
Yeah. Well, that it would be funny if our reviews were just filled with Tom and Hitler have one ball.
Yeah, you got to give the people what they want.
As long as you give it 5 stars and then review Tom and Hitler have one
5
ball.
star, yeah.
That's it.
Less than that, Nicole's gonna hurt you.
That's all we want. Follow Tom at Goss6. Listen to his album. We'll plug all that at the end of the episode, I guess. But enjoy this episode with Tom Goss.
And yeah, and Nicole's pretty cool too. And Brian.
Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Fucking life sucks. Everything hurts.
I got a text about 30 minutes before I drove here today, and it was a text. It was just like, "Hey Nicole," and I was like, "That's a legal use of the word, right? If you say I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
That's not just a filler word. We're still doing the. Hopefully, I'm gonna be saying like a lot less on this podcast, but
It's mostly if you start a sentence, unless you're singing like a virgin.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Does it count if you like derail the story to use like it to explain what's happening like 5 times, or is that passable? Part of me wants to start saying like a ton on this podcast just to trap your mind into thinking it's okay.
You know what I want to do? I want to get that mic off your beautiful face.
Oh, okay.
You got a cage in front of you. Look at this.
I'll start the story over.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to see it, Tom.
Well, can we use the mic to hide the rest of me?
I don't have like.
We're gonna need a bigger mic. Yeah.
The words of the.
Do you have like a magician's curtain?
I could saw you in half.
You know what? I've been asking people to do that for years.
It would be nice,
And you do mean that sexually.
it would be nice if we were just floating heads.
You know, that's how I usually imagine myself.
Does anyone have a podcast that's just floating heads?
No, but I do have a full body green screen suit, but I only have one.
Oh wow!
So
Okay.
Dibs.
It's made for a twinkish type person.
Okay.
So
Well, I mean, that would
we'll
actually,
use it when Samir's on.
yeah.
that would actually be pretty funny if it like my gut was hanging halfway out of it. So I'm just like mountains and then just like my furry ass stomach hanging out.
Oh man, you were shirtless in when we were in what was it, Philly? When we were in Philly,
Yes.
we did we couldn't find a venue where I think like the venue canceled on us or something, so we did a show from our Airbnb.
Yeah. Well, we weren't even gonna do Philly, but the flights were cheaper to Philly than Pittsburgh, so we were just like, we'll do a show in the B&B, and if
Right.
one person shows up, it doesn't matter. We're gonna fly in there anyway because it's cheaper.
Cool thing, 3 people showed up.
Yeah.
and Tom did stand up shirtless using a knife as a microphone. So
Yeah.
it was terrifying.
That adds up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that.
And, and nobody who came to the show was fazed by it. Like if I went to
No, they were pretty phased by it.
Were you also standing in front of the door?
I was not. I was standing in front of the window.
like, could you imagine just going to a Airbnb in the middle? By the way, not like it was a super sketchy area.
Yeah,
and
it was not to throw my comedy hat on here, but it was a bad part of Philadelphia called Philadelphia.
Oh.
Yeah, take that 2005. I'm going back.
Imagine just showing up and then being let in. There's like fucking 2 people in there, and Tom and Keith are both shirtless, and Tom has a knife. It's just
Well, the difference between me and Keith shirtless is Keith is shirtless for like in a Lizzo kind of way, where it's just like I'm shirtless, but I'm pure sexual confidence.
he is very strong, independent woman.
And I can't do anything without people wondering if it's a cry for help or a threat of attention. Like it's a different.
I imagine he's a little hairless too. Like you're probably a little hairier than him, right?
Yes.
He seems smooth.
He's got more hair than you think, but his hair is like it curls, but it curls like a I don't know how to like a Flintstones curl where it's all flat against his body, like it's a cartoon drawing. Where mine is just like fucking Slender Man coming at you.
I think that's just the sweat probably making the hair stick to his body.
Yeah, mine is sweat defiant. I got that water resistant body hair.
I do think he has more of a thick bitch body, and you have more of like a dad walking around with a Coors Light shirtless body.
Yeah. Well, the great thing about my body is it'll look completely different in 3 weeks. Looking at photos of me, I always wonder when there's a new flyer, like what era of 6-month period.
Do you fluctuate a lot? I fluctuate a lot.
Yeah, no,
Weight-wise.
there was a period where I fluctuated like 60 pounds in 6 months.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 30 in each way.
No,
Gained
down,
30,
just
lost 30.
down, and then I went back. I went back up 50 within a year. Like
So you're training for a fight. You had to cut weight.
No, just trying to withdraw from Oxy cold turkey.
You
I
did
don't want cold turkey.
you did tell me that you're bummed that you don't know karate better.
I did. It seemed like a good response to why isn't your life fulfilled or whatever?
No,
What was the
I said
question?
what's the worst part of being alive, and you
Oh,
said that
not
I
knowing
don't know
karate better? Yeah.
karate better, which I will ask you that question seriously later. But that was his response.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think if I'm being honest, just that day I was obsessed with involving responses that had something to do with karate. I just wanted to talk karate with people.
For the Beverly Hills Ninja reboot, dude.
Yeah.
You'd be so sick of that.
What do you think would change in your life if you were a karate?
I could beat up more
master?
bad guys.
Do you come across a lot of that?
I could, yeah, I could be Batman. No, honestly, like, I think that's just like a man thing where you're just like, I just want to fight better.
I did taekwondo when I was younger. I actually was almost to my black belt. I quit right before I got my black belt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You made it all the way to almost a black belt?
Yep.
You're a brown belt?
No, it was called a black belt recommended or black.
Red stripe?
Yeah, it was like a black and red belt.
Yeah.
And yeah, quit before I got my black belt because, I self-sabotage. My dad put me in it because, he didn't want me to get raped. He thought that putting his daughter in martial arts would be a good idea. It was cool. I did really enjoy it. I was pretty good at it. I did some tournaments and stuff that I got first place.
What's funny about that, and this is like very nerdy to me, is Taekwondo was mostly invented as a martial art to fight people who are on horses. So, like, really, really, it would just keep you from rapists on horses.
Wait.
That's why they have all the jump kicks and stuff. That's why Taekwondo was created.
Are you serious?
Was people without horses fighting people on horses.
That's hilarious.
That's why there's all those jump kicks and spinning things. It was trying to generate enough height. Because when the fuck in a real fight are you going to be like, I need to jump 4 feet and kick 9 feet ahead above me?
If I'm fighting a really tall dude.
Seems easier to just get horses.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually a great point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steal their horse. Steal their horse, get some bricks, like stand on some bricks.
Yeah,
Use
easy.
a gun. I don't know. I don't really get the point of martial arts as an actual like fighting technique because now like guns and knives and shit are a thing. Well, they always were a thing. But like, how are you going to? I guess there's moves that if someone's pointing a gun at you, that you can do shit to take it away. But how are you really going to be able to do that like in the moment?
That's
I
every
could.
guy's dream.
Yeah, I could.
That's like every guy's, like people like, how in Office Space they're like, what would you do with $1 million? He says 2 chicks at once. That's a fake version of the man. A man's real fantasy is to disarm a gun.
Yeah.
No, every time I'm eating a pint of ice cream, I think about kicking someone's ass. That's always... Yeah, sometimes it's Ben and Jerry, sometimes it's fucking Tito Ortiz. It doesn't matter, but
Like
that's
kick Ben and Jerry's
yeah,
ass
yeah.
for what they're doing to you.
Yeah. No, just because I can.
Yeah.
Just so that they know my dominance.
I do think when you take martial arts that like you start hoping you get into dangerous situations,
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They would be like, this is how you get out of someone choking you against a wall. And I'm like, man, I hope someone chokes me against a wall soon. Now I still hope that, but for different reasons.
Of course.
But when I was like 14, I wanted to beat a guy up after he choked me against a wall.
Yeah, everybody has those dreams. You want to get assaulted and then you want to win the assault and then you want the pity from being assaulted after you kick the person's ass. I mean, that's a child. It's perfect.
sounds
Oh, see, mine ends
amazing.
between those 2 last steps where I come. But I'm just really normal that way.
So I got this. I tried to start this story before, but I got this text like right before I came here, and it was like, "Hey Nicole."
You didn't buzz her.
He forgets.
Oh, sorry.
Like he was daydreaming. He was daydreaming
Yeah,
about disarming a gun.
Yeah, I really was. I
You're
was
thinking about kicking Ben's ass and sucking his dick, just like a regular.
There's a Romanian politician or something where a guy tried to assassinate him, and he ran up to him and he pulled the gun, and the gun misfired. So he gave him a second, and then the old president disarmed him and got him to the ground. And I was just fantasizing about being that guy. How sick that is.
That's pretty cool.
So,
Yeah.
and here you go.
Thanks.
I'm back in now.
Hey, oh, there we go.
But is that I if that's the first time I've said it, I'm very impressed with myself.
I'm
It's
sure he
probably
missed
not.
a few too.
I'm sure.
All right, I will
Dude,
not
I'm
interrupt
sharp
your
as a
story.
razor.
So I got this text. It said, "Hey Nicole." I was like, "Who is this?" And they said, "TBH, I just want to be friends with benefits with you." And I was like, "Who is this? They were like, they said, I'm married and I'm not trying to get caught. So just tell me if you're down first. And I was like, how'd you get my number? And he was like, we used to talk, like, you know me, but are you down? And I was like, no, I'm not down. And I'm regretting that. I wish I had said yes and then told on his ass. I really do.
So you don't even know who it is still?
I don't know who it is. I had an inkling.
LeBron James.
I had an inkling because I was like, it's probably like I've deleted the numbers of most of the people that I used to work with. And I was thinking, like, who could it be that would do this? And for some reason, one guy jumped out in my mind, and I was like, I think it's this guy who was fucking 35 and hit on me when I was like 17. Mm-hmm. And I went to go to his Facebook to see what his hometown was, and it was that area code. So pretty sure it was him.
Yeah, makes sense.
But
Very direct.
I can't be too like sure enough to where I can message his wife and be like, hey.
Did it start with TBH or he said yo?
No, he said
first?
TBH.
It started right there.
Yeah.
Who tries to become fuck buddies with someone anonymously? Like,
that's what I'm
I
saying.
know.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of desperate whore does he think I am? I mean, that I would just be down to
just anybody.
Just
Yeah.
anybody.
Even I
any
wouldn't
married
fuck
guy.
anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I don't know anyone who would just blindly. Actually, no,
I
never mind.
I
Yeah.
have a friend, and
They're
it's not me. I'm not being coy. Yeah.
Yeah, there are holes in the walls where.
Yeah.
That's just a wild thing to do.
Yeah.
I feel like. And
Yeah.
I had my poor boyfriend had to sit there and listen to me for fucking 20 minutes just go on about how men are trash. And he was like, I mean, it's not.
That's probably felt better for him than you going through the list of potential guys it could have been.
Oh, yeah. He was like,
That was probably stressful.
Well, yeah, he probably was just saying like, I ain't doing anything. Like he didn't get
didn't
bummed
do
out.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was like, if it was a redheaded person, you wouldn't be like, all redheads are trash. And I'm like, well, I would. Redheads
Yeah.
are trash.
I mean, yeah, my girlfriend has to hear me rail on women a lot after when I leave comedy.
She has to listen to you rail on women.
On is the
Oh,
preposition
okay,
changes
not
things.
real women.
No, yeah. Get your mind out of the gutter. I was talking about
can't, I
misogyny,
can't.
not.
Yeah. Well, I do think that we all have a little bit of bitter hatred towards whatever gender we date, you know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you're a woman, you probably have some bones to pick with women if you're a lesbian, you know?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I'm sure dating a woman, I couldn't do it.
No, I love lesbians listening to them fucking bitch about women because I don't have to feel like am I a piece of shit because you're saying all the things I'm thinking right now.
Like I'm bisexual. I probably wouldn't date a woman just because I wouldn't have I just couldn't.
Yeah.
It would be too much.
I mean, from your experience, have men been that much better than what you imagine women to be like? What are the women doing in your imagination that the men aren't?
In different ways,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
I think you have to deal with different things.
Do lesbians like big ass titties?
Some
I
of them
do.
do.
Yeah. Like not obviously all lesbians aren't the same, but I mean, is that like do they get like that like mannish about that kind of shit?
I do.
Yeah, you love juicy titties.
My boyfriend gets excited when he sees big titties because he gets excited to point them out to me because I get more excited about titties than he does.
Oh, okay.
I love tits. And I'm starting to think because I used to be like, do I want this person or do I want to be this person? So I don't know if I like big titties a lot because I want them or if I just think they're great. But I
wonder
just
if
think
that's why I
they're
like them.
because you want
I
titties.
just want them.
I mean, they're just big and pillowy and squishy and wouldn't you like to just even if you had them just kind of hold them?
Only if they were full of milk. I wouldn't want that.
Oh yeah,
I
you're
want
a,
function.
you're a breast milk guy.
Plus, but beyond that, yes. The answer to that is yes. But also beyond
Yeah.
that, I like a functional thing. I shit out of my ass. I come out of my dick. If I have tits, I want milk in them. I just want things to work.
Interesting.
Wow, that's like why women. That's like I've never heard the man version of like the Jim Jeffries joke where every woman wants the stripper to have a job.
Yeah.
You just did that, but with a woman's body. I've never heard that level of objectification. Is I want them titties employed.
It's like
I meant if they were on me.
I don't care about vaginas.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
Good
care.
sketch, you fucking liar.
Rewind it, me.
I don't care about vaginas unless they're birthing children.
No, I said if I had titties, I'd want them to generate milk because I want everything to work.
Uh-huh.
I just like functional things.
And if I had a vagina, I'd want to use it as a storage space.
For what? Knives?
Yeah, whatever I might need later that night.
Episode 2, we already did a PSA. You can't put knives in your pussy.
Oh, that's right. Well,
Why not?
Switchblade.
No, a switchblade? Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I guess it couldn't be like a kitchen knife. It would have to be
Oh,
one
no.
that's concealed.
Yeah.
You know what? We go back. Put knives in your pussy as
Yeah.
long as it's a switchblade.
Yeah, or if you have a sheath on it.
How badass would that be? Now I'm fantasizing about someone attacking me and just pulling a knife out of my
And
pussy
you just going, hang on a second, and then OBGYNing yourself for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't work like I lose shit in my pockets all the time.
I guess that would be more if someone was trying to rape me, like, because then you're in a position to.
Yeah, because you wear jeans. So that's not a functional place.
No, yeah.
Yes.
See,
Take your
this
belt.
is Ben and Jerry's all over again. You're just fantasizing about fucking up someone bad.
I do think that I periodically think about, like, what would I do if someone tried to forcibly rape me, which I don't think is much of a thing anymore. I think usually, like, guys are pussies
Oh,
about
really?
it.
You think it's out of
Guys are
style?
pussies.
No. That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean.
What is happening?
I mean,
in my day,
what
men
I
just
mean,
went out and raped you.
what
I
I
don't know
mean-
what's wrong.
what I
What
mean
are you
is-
talking about?
Are you trying to get on Ben Shapiro's
Yeah,
network?
wait.
what I mean,
You know that I have video of me on the show.
what I mean is, if they're gonna rape you, they roofie you. They don't, like, do it straight up. They have to sedate you first.
It's more of like a chemistry.
I don't know if that's true, so
I don't think it's true.
I'm not going to co-sign.
You don't think most rapes now are probably done with a roofie?
These are horrible questions.
I mean, I've never taken a
This
census.
podcast isn't called Everything's Great.
It's everything's not great. I forgot.
Everything
what
hurts,
everything hurts,
including rape.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think. Yeah, no, I mean,
I love me. All the men that come on this podcast get so uncomfortable because I say problematic shit that, like, they're not saying it. I'm saying it, but they're like, I don't want to be on camera with this right now.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
no. It's. I wouldn't say I'm uncomfortable. I'm more just going. All right, they're gonna see the three of us. If they're looking to be mad at someone, it's gonna be me.
They can't see me, actually.
Yeah. Well, Brian also, like, you look like a fucking newsie right now. You got the flannel and the nice. If you talk too much, then it would be you because you smile when you say fucked up shit.
It's true, I do.
I'm too expressionless, and that it's just I'm fatter. It's just like I have all of the problematic traits.
Look, rape is bad.
All right, I think that's really brave.
Rape is bad. I'm saying that if it were to happen to me, I would want to be able, like, I'd want to be able to kick their ass. You know?
Sure. No, nobody disagrees with that.
That wasn't the problem.
I'd want to be able to pull a knife out of my pussy. And we went to a knife museum.
Why not just have the knife in your pocket?
Because that's not as cool.
To who?
Me?
Okay. Could you imagine
That's
if
not as feminist.
I do. Here's how I imagine this going down. Okay, you do this.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get attacked, but you do get a UTI from the knife in your pussy. That's how I imagine this ending. Because you didn't clean the sheath beforehand.
'Cause I didn't clean the sheets.
Sheath.
Oh, the sheath. Okay.
It's sheets for a knife.
Yeah. We went to a knife museum,
Be looking at the camera whenever I say anything too shticky.
and I
We did. Yeah, that was fun.
and
Where's the knife museum?
it was in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
which is a great place.
Yeah.
I've been there.
It's a very fun place.
Yeah. Did you go nuts too?
No.
Then you missed out.
No, my so Johnson City's right there, and I've done shows in Johnson City. I think that's right there.
Johnson City.
But we drove through Gatlinburg.
I
yeah.
think someone mentioned, but you
Yeah,
didn't
there's
hang
stand-up
out?
shows there. No, I didn't. I just drove through it.
We were there, and they had this knife museum. I didn't think I was going to be into it. I thought, like, great, this is going to be some bullshit. But I went in, and it was pretty cool because they didn't just have knives. They had all kinds of weapons. And then they had pepper spray. No, not pepper spray. A taser. They had a taser, but it looked like a lipstick. And I don't know what the point of it looking like. I guess so you can get it past security in things, because I don't think that, at the point that someone's attacking you, that they need to think it's a lipstick. Like, I think it's cool if they know it's a taser, but I guess it's to get it past security.
That makes sense.
I thought it was pretty cool. I almost bought it.
Yeah.
But I think I'd end up accidentally tasing myself. That's the problem with most weapons for me, is I feel like I'm probably just going to end up hurting myself.
If I was a woman, that would be my fear too. Did I ever tell you
Yeah.
about the time I tried to eat spray candy in high school?
No.
It was perfume. I thought it was sort of sour spray candy, and because it smelled sweet, but it was just a theater kid's perfume, and I just right in the back of the throat. I was not okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I got the shit. Started
Wait,
crying.
was it just something you like found on the floor, and then you were like, I'm gonna spray this in my mouth?
Well, it was during a high school play, and the girl there liked sour candy, and I thought she left her sour candy out. And I was like, those spray sour candies that were popular.
And you were like, I'm gonna steal the candy from a little girl.
It was. I was also a little. I was the same age. It was little
I was a
people
little
together.
boy.
I wasn't the senior. Like I wasn't. If it would be fucked up now if I was stealing her candy that ended up.
What
being
I'm saying is
perfume,
you
but-
got what you deserved.
No, what I deserved was sour candy. If you steal the sour candy, you've earned the sour candy. I just happened to have gotten fucked by perfume.
I believe that's in The Art of War.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about anger,
Okay.
because I think I've been
You seem
feeling
like an angry person.
yes, absolutely. When I told my boyfriend before I came over here, I was like, I think I'm going to talk to Tom about anger, and he was like, oh yeah, you should do that. You should do that. No, but also because I have been experiencing a lot of anger. I didn't used to get angry ever.
Oh, really?
And I think it's because I'm less sad, that now I'm just, I was so
Yeah.
sad and so defeated that I just didn't have the capacity for anger. But now I feel like my self-esteem's a little higher, and I'm not just sad all the time. So now I'm just pissed constantly.
Well, do you have when you were really sad, what were your expectations of things?
That's the thing. I had none.
And what do you have expectations of things now?
Yeah. I think,
what are your expectations now?
Well, I think that I think that I expect people not to chew loud.
Okay.
I think it's rude.
That just started?
I mean, I think it was always a thing, but it's getting worse. It's getting a lot worse.
I'm getting old.
I want
Okay.
to kill people when they're chewing loud. I fantasize about strangling them when they're chewing loud. I fantasize about cutting off their tongue so that they can't make that noise anymore.
Is this your boyfriend you're talking to? Or?
Look, when you live with someone,
He does seem like he could be a loud chewer now that I think about it.
I don't know if he's a loud chewer or it just sounds louder to me because I live with him. You know,
Uh-huh.
when things just start to sound louder and be more annoying.
Is that like the main source of your anger is loud chewing?
A lot of it.
Yeah.
A lot of it is loud chewing.
It's probably something else, but that just seems like an okay thing to express it.
Yeah, well, I guess. Well, that's when I'm getting really pissed off by that, that's when I know there's something deeper going on. You know, if I'm getting abnormally angry at someone chewing really loud, I'm like, there's something I'm not addressing within myself right now.
Yeah, no, I
lost my
Probably.
phone today, and I couldn't find it for a while. And I threw my hat against the wall, and it knocked these flowers over. And I realized that what I was mad at is that I'm a fucking slob.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That my phone was blending in with clothes, and it took me forever to find it. I wasn't mad at losing the phone. I was mad at my whole thing. The whole thing that is me.
you thought you were mad at phone, but you were mad at Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't
You
that
hate
always how
Brian.
Yeah.
It always goes back to ourselves, I think.
Yeah. A lot.
What do you think is like the most mundane thing that makes you
the most
angry?
mundane thing?
That people are like, this should not make you angry, other than when pecan logs don't have enough pecans.
That wasn't so. That's. I don't think that's some. Have you ever had a pecan log?
No.
Okay, so I have. Do you know what it is?
Is that like some kind of sex thing?
All right. No, but it should be. It should be. If I were to say, would you like a pecan log?
I don't like anything in logs.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
But you're getting it.
Okay. So
What do you imagine this log would be made of?
pecans. Sorry, I say pecans.
That's fine. A lot of that's normal for misogynists to say pecans and not pecans. No. So okay, right. Yeah. What anything else?
I would imagine it's like a pecan pie, but a log.
Okay.
So pecans
that's
wrapped around the outside with like that corn syrup middle, like the pie has. That's what I'm picturing.
And so what would the
Isn't
ratio
that what it was?
What would the ratio of pecans to
I would expect an entire pecan shell of the log, like the outside of the log, like tree bark, would be pecans.
like how thick?
Like a half a pecan, like because they're round, split in half, all the way.
So you'd want
around.
entire
Tom believes it
pecan
should
halves.
be pecans all the way through.
Well, no. Here's what a pecan log shouldn't be, because I'm fine with what he said. Here's what a pecan log, and I hate that I can see how fat I am while I'm screaming about pecan logs. A pecan log, no, don't you shy away from me. A pecan log should be a high ratio of pecan, and fuck yourself, Brian. Fuck
I
yourself.
full screened him.
Yeah, no. It should be a high ratio of pecans. What it shouldn't be is someone blending up pecans and just dusting the outside of toffee and then selling it as pecan logs.
It was pecan dust.
It was just the dust of a pecan, which that should be a toffee log featuring pecan. That is mostly toffee
That'd be like if you called
or taffy.
a pecan pie a crust pie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Not most. It's like the least important thing is the crust.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear you.
So in this particular case, I'm justified to be angry. I assume that you just turned me off.
No,
Just-
I meant to make it moan, but it made a dog
It's
bark.
the yellow one.
Oh, okay. Well, the time has passed. I wanted to, because when you said log, I was going to make a girl moan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still getting used to this.
Let me ask you this: when's the last time you outright snapped, out of control, lost your temper?
Snapped out of. I guess it depends on what you consider out of. I'm actually like I've in terms of out of control. I just scream. I don't really fight or anything like that. Like
I think
I've
that's
never-
healthy.
I
you go
don't.
into-
I think I should fight somebody.
Do you think that do you go into your car, or do you scream just wherever you are?
If I lose it, so I did lose it on somebody. I think this is the most recent time I like lost it on somebody was they were trying to film a thing, like a sketch thing. And I went, and he mentioned that like earlier that week, this is like earlier on in COVID, but they mentioned that someone had been to that location with COVID and he had been in contact with them.
And just dropped it subtly after you've been.
Yeah, and he's like, and he's fine. And I'm like, well, did you get tested? And he's like, no. And I lost my shit just because I had relatives that I had to come in contact with coming up who are at risk of dying from COVID.
Yeah, you seem like you might have a little comorbidities in the family.
Yeah.
No offense.
No, I'm the fattest person in my family. Yeah. But yeah, no.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I worked really hard. I worked really hard at it. Yeah. So I was.
You get a Burger King crown.
Yeah, I was. So yeah, I started freaking out on him because I was like, okay, you might have just fucking accidentally killed my dad because you didn't.
Yeah.
Get to, or at least like let me know because I wouldn't have come or any. You just like halfway through after we all got in my car that this was. So I freaked out there because like I understand that a lot of people aren't at risk with COVID and shit, but those people also have to understand that it can kill some people. So like you gotta at least communicate. So a friend who was there said that one of the funniest things is I angrily threw my cigarette into the ground, but then it's a cigarette, so just like trying to throw it full of force, it just kind of like it just bounced a little.
It doesn't make a noise. It doesn't shatter.
But apparently, I'm fucking furious, and I just like.
Did you then stomp on it?
No, I was trying to make an impact by just throwing an unlit cigarette into the grounds.
Did you have to pick it up later to smoke it?
No, that's how angry I was.
That's so wild to me when people do. That's how you know that cigarettes are just disgustingly addictive. Is people will drop it on the floor, pick it up, brush it off, and put it back in their mouth.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Or
well,
people dig through ashtrays, shorties, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I used to be the master of taking a bugler paper cigarette wrap and then taking 2 cigarettes I found in an ashtray and then surgically reconstructing them into a long cigarette with my own paper.
That's so sad.
That's very poor of you.
Everybody else I knew was in college.
I do think every smoker I know, I think, uses cigarettes to deal with anger. I feel like it's and you know what? I don't even think it's about the cigarette. I think, and I heard, I don't remember where I heard this, but cigarettes are the hardest thing to quit because you're actually quitting like 5 different things. You're quitting the nicotine, you're quitting the ritual, you're quitting I don't know. There's a bunch of different things.
Being cool. My Chester Cheetah-ness has left me. Yeah.
And whatever, there's the oral fixation, all that kind of stuff. But one of the things is that you're actually doing like deep breathing exercises. Thank you. You're actually doing deep breathing exercises.
Yes.
Well, now that you said it's exercise, I think I can quit.
But I think if people maybe just tried to, instead of going out and having a cigarette, just went outside and meditated and breathed heavily.
So I don't meditate because I get really angry.
When you meditate?
Yeah, that's why I don't do it. I've tried many times. And
Is it because your own thoughts? Do your own thoughts make you angry?
Yeah, that's why I'm constantly consuming things. Mm-hmm. Like I won't fall asleep without some sort of podcast or TV show or something in the background.
Yeah, me too.
Because if I don't have something to just like kind of fixate on, I start thinking, about whatever fucking stupid shit that starts making me angry. But the whole like calm your mind and find the center of me is just fury.
Yeah,
so
don't go to the center of you.
Yeah.
Don't go to the center of you.
And the outskirts is washing house till 4 a.m. So I'm gonna do that.
It helps to find something to fixate on, like a certain word. Or certain
like karate.
Like karate.
Yeah.
Think about fucking karate.
Yeah.
Close your eyes and think about karate.
You thought I was just responding about your podcast. I was just doing my form of meditation.
Fantasize about all the ways you could kick someone's ass. I think that's a form of meditation.
Yeah.
If you're just, closing your eyes. I
having violent fantasies.
I also do think that masturbation is a form of meditation.
It can be a breathing exercise for sure.
It's a breathing exercise.
Especially when you're inhaling that cum.
You're very
I don't know how you guys do it.
Did you say inhaling cum?
I did, yeah.
You don't want liquid in your lungs, Tom.
You do. Hey, I got to get this oral fixation somewhere.
I don't think Tom comes liquid.
What are you
Cigarette
thinking?
smoke coming out of his
Yeah,
cock.
cigarette smoke and bacon
The
grease.
smoke. I'm not even a big bacon guy, but it is just full cigarettes. They're not even. Yeah, it's not the smoke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just ashes.
Yeah.
No, but I think that because the point of meditation is to be completely in the moment, because if you're ruminating on the past, you're depressed. If you're thinking about the future, you're anxious. So the whole thing is like, if you're in the moment, how could you be happy or sad or whatever? It's just whatever is happening in this moment, you're in it. And I think that I'm never more in the moment than when I'm masturbating. So I think it's more of a I think it counts as meditation when I say I meditate every day.
On that note, I think with the same logic, benzodiazepines are my meditation, because that's the only thing to keep me out of the past and the present too.
What are those again?
Klonopin, Ativan,
Anxiety
be-
medicine.
Valium.
Xanax is one.
You got to
Xanax.
be careful with that shit.
Yeah, no, I think you got to be careful
really
masturbating too.
You got to be careful masturbating.
I think so. I think masturbating to porn
You'll
is
poke
really
your eye out.
Yeah,
You'll
it's
shoot
just-
your
hopefully
you'll
yeah.
shoot your eye out.
Yeah, I don't. Can girls
Can we squirt?
Well, yeah, no, I know some can,
I don't
but
think
like,
it-
I don't think what angle are you gonna hit
I don't
yourself
think
in the face?
I don't see it ever going like.
Yeah, you'd have to
up
be on some
to
real
my
like. Do
face.
you guys remember the game Tanks? Just where you're just trying to figure out the trajectory to hit the other.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You'd have to do some real fucking tank math. to be
I
able to
do
hit yourself
believe
in
there's
the face.
probably women who can do it. Like probably the women who shoot ping pong balls out of their pussy and that kind of stuff. They have immaculate
think
control.
it's
Well, you're
do a
describing
shoulder
as
stand.
athletes.
They have immaculate control of their
Yeah.
vaginas.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think that also there's been times where my head will hurt or my back will hurt. Like I'll be in pain and then I'll masturbate and the pain is gone. Have you ever had that?
For my head?
Yeah.
Not for my head.
But the pain in your dick.
I'm very confused.
No.
I'm so confused.
No, is it like? Have you ever had blue balls?
Yes.
Yeah,
When I was
so
a
that-
kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is a real thing.
It's not a real blue, but it hurts.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
Is that? Yeah. No, it's really painful.
Yeah, it really hurts.
I don't know what sociopath
Because people
spread this
start.
rumor that it's not a thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
people
yeah.
said it's not. People
100% real.
started telling women that it's not a thing. But I think just so you don't feel obligated, because it's not a reason that you have to fuck a guy.
Yeah. No,
But-
you should never fuck someone for medical
He
reasons.
can go masturbate. It's fine.
Yeah, there are solutions.
Yeah, 100%. But,
But-
you can't, like, when you get that pain, you can't masturbate it away. It's like, because it's like there.
Really?
No, you
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, really?
I've tried to jerk off after when I was a teenager. I tried to jerk off after ever having, and I couldn't even jerk
Wait,
off
so
'cause
then
it hurt too much.
So then, what is it? But
But
so you
after
couldn't-
you come, you
couldn't
feel
come.
better. Did you finish?
No, I couldn't because it hurt. So I had to wait. I just had to wait it out.
You have to just go through the pain.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because once you come,
And now you got a fetish. Now pain.
Wait, is the pain in the balls or your dick?
the
in the
balls.
stomach too?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I feel like probably that's what cramps feel like for us.
Maybe,
a
Maybe
yeah.
I should just take Motrin then.
Ibuprofen,
For
baby.
blue balls.
Yeah. Smoke weed.
Tampons. Yeah, funny enough. So my first girlfriend, we didn't fuck like the first week. And I had like gnarly blue balls, but I'd never like experienced that before. The pain was so bad, and like, yeah, I thought about it, and then it hurt, and then
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. So I actually like the good old days when I had health insurance. I went to the doctor
For blue balls?
but I didn't know it was blue balls. And the doc, I was, I swear to God, I went to the doctor.
This is why we shouldn't have free healthcare.
Yeah, well, no, this is why we should have doctors, because he looked at my balls. They gave me a ball ultrasound, and then they gave me codeine. You know, the drug that killed Pimp C. Like, they gave me codeine for blue balls.
It also killed every rapper in Houston from
Yeah,
1996.
yeah. And then I took the codeine and I jacked off, and I felt so much better.
Oh, there we go.
That's
where
I mean
it all starts.
that does sound great.
Yeah.
Well, I
Maybe that's why I fuck better on painkillers.
Memories.
But that's why I'm saying we shouldn't have free healthcare, dog. Because you know how many Swedish doctors boys are coming in with fucking blue balls. They're like, Jesus, it's fine. Like, you don't need to see me for this. Like, the amount of inane shit you go see a doctor for because it's free.
But it only takes one time of it not being blue balls.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
also... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm just saying, like, people go in for stupid shit all the time, I'm sure. But I feel like it only takes one time for someone to be right that there was something wrong.
Well,
with
yeah,
it.
I had...
Now you're making it like I'm actually against free healthcare.
You never know with you, Brian. You never... I assume
I'm not Ramsey.
Look, yeah, but you also, I assume you don't have health care, and that's most people who are against it don't have health care.
Oh, no, I'm a veteran, so I have the worst health insurance. But
I do
it's
have
free.
a question. A ball ultrasound, did that feel good?
That's cold. That cold can feel nice sometimes.
What? Yeah,
And it's cold. It's like a jelly. I
Yeah,
feel
and
like
they're rubbing that thing on you.
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like that
No,
would feel
it
nice.
felt good. I
Guy
also,
doctor?
It was a guy doctor, but it was a female nurse, but she was like 70, and the look on her face the whole time was like, there's nothing wrong with this kid's balls. She just looked so mad. She had to look inside my balls.
But they still prescribed you codeine.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was probably back when they were,
Like
under
knowing
pressure.
knowing it was blue balls, they were like, "Here you go, kid."
I mean, they didn't know if it was that. They just
Right.
couldn't find anything in the ultrasound. And
It
the pain was fucking bad, but like,
There
yeah.
was a time when the big pharma was trying to get everybody hooked on opioids. All you had to say, they'd be like, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your pain? If you said over 5, for whatever it was, you would get opiates.
Oh, they still do that.
I'm sick.
They still do that because my mom's a nurse, and because we've talked about this, is she basically says that because pain is relative. Like what might be a 5 for one person is completely different than what's a 5 for somebody else. So if someone thinks that it's a 10, then they put them on painkillers.
Yeah, which is also crazy because like I don't this is some toxic man shit that you ladies don't have to deal with. I will always downgrade it by like 3 points because I don't want to find out I'm being a pussy. So I will always downgrade it. When I had pancreatitis, I went to the doctor. And I told him like, yeah, well, I saw a different doctor, and he gave me some like laxatives where he said the pain's still there. I should probably come to the emergency room and blah blah blah. I waited 3 days, and later that like I was like, the pain's at like a 6. I just can't I haven't slept for like a week now because it hurts too much to lie down. And I've been trying to sleep in the bathtub because the buoyancy will help me.
So we're cracking 2, 3.
Yeah, so it's like at least a 6. And the doctor was like screaming at me after they got my blood test. He's like, you have a chemical fire in your body.
Yeah.
You could have died. You could have gotten a toxic shock at any moment. You have a chemical fire in your body. I'm like, yeah, but you never. I thought he could. I genuinely thought it could have been bad gas. I told him like I thought it was bad gas.
Which, by the way, bad gas does fucking hurt.
Yeah.
I think my dad thought he was having a heart attack one time and like went to the hospital, and it ended up just being gas.
Yeah.
And I've had moments where I've been like, am I dying? And then it was just that I needed to
Yeah, you just ate pizza too late
fucking
at night.
fart. Yeah.
Yeah.
The older I get, the more I'm like, I don't think I can eat dairy anymore.
I quit dairy this year.
I just don't think it's you're supposed to eat it.
Yeah.
I don't think humans are supposed to eat it.
I'm done developing.
Yeah.
I don't need milk anymore.
Well, I don't even think that was a thing. I think that was a myth. I don't think it's as good for your bones as they said it was.
Well, calcium's definitely good for bones, right?
Yeah, but you can take calcium pills.
Sure.
I don't even think milk has that much calcium.
I think there's more calcium in like celery.
People always say these kind of things, and I'm like, I wonder if any of this is true.
We don't do research.
I mean, we're all
here.
we're all comedians.
Yeah.
So anyone who's heard anything we've said and been like, I'm gonna base my life off what they said,
Right.
deserves whatever death they face.
Because I've heard celery makes you come more.
Really?
Yeah, so celery sounds like a wonder thing. Makes
Like
you
come more as in there's
more
more
voluminous.
cum?
Yeah.
Do you guys want that? Do you want more cum?
I'd love to come like a gallon just one time.
Why? Why is that a thing?
The whole length of the orgasm is the coming.
So
So when the fluid's done, the orgasm is over.
Okay.
So you're the whole time you're coming,
So the bigger the load, the more intense the orgasm.
or at
is.
least the longer the load.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Because I've had guys I feel like be self-conscious about how small their load was. They're like, I jacked off earlier today, and I'm like, I don't care.
I'm sorry to destroy your shirt.
I'm not judging you by. I'm not judging you by the size of your load.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I was I've leveled out, but I was self-conscious about how much there was when I first started having sex.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys too much.
Yeah. I was. Yeah. I got weird and self-conscious about that.
I never was a big load guy.
No.
No.
I think. Well, it's not
Yeah, I
about.
went
For
for
me,
size and distance.
for me, it's not about the load. It's about the consistency. Because if you have a gross consistency,
Like there's loose beans in it. What does that mean?
yeah, like some guys have like a gross consistency to their cum. Yeah, and it's like you
Applesauce time. Yeah.
You wanna swallow like a champ, but like every once in a while you get those guys who are like, it's disgusting.
You know what's funny? I talk about the worst stuff on stage, but sex stuff still makes me uncomfortable.
Really?
It really does.
And you know what? I
Unless
also
it's
think
between a man and a child.
Unless the sex stuff I'm talking about, the person ends up arrested.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it is.
I
No,
also
it's
think
the Catholic
people-
upbringing.
I also think
That
people
makes sense.
feel more uncomfortable, and I don't think this is a misogyny thing. I think it's just the way people grow up. I think it makes people more uncomfortable when women talk about it.
No, it's when it becomes real sex talk and not cartoon sex talk. Like when we're talking about the consistency of cum, I'm like, good lord. But when we're talking about like R. Crumb style, like fake comic sex, I can do that all day.
Yeah.
No,
No.
like early '90s kind of sex talk, where it's completely decoupled from reality.
Right.
Right.
But we're talking about actual intimacy. I want to leave a fucking
There's
body
nothing
hole.
intimate about sex.
I agree.
Okay, then that's where we disagree.
There's
That's
nothing.
where me and a lot of people disagree, but that's where.
I think I should say there's nothing. I should say there's nothing intimate because I have like the first time you hook up with somebody, I can see that being like there's some intimacy there.
Right.
There can be.
Right.
Every other time, it's not there. I think it's not as intimate.
What is intimacy to you, Tom?
It is way more intimate to still want to be around me after hearing me snore. That is much more.
Oh, that's true.
That is okay. Fuck you.
No, that's how much I love you. We are still friends. I'm still willing to go on the road with you. I remember
We didn't even sleep in the same building for most of the tour.
No, it wasn't on tour. On tour, it was actually fine. It was when we went to Vegas and we both slept on a couch in a living room. And I wanted to fucking kill myself.
They had there was a cat there too.
Yes.
You
So
were at
that
Siegfried and
amplifies
Roy's
it, like-
place, weren't you?
What's that?
You were at Siegfried and Roy's place. You guys are trying to be
yeah.
trying to be subtle and vague. Cat, I get it.
Yeah.
There was a
No,
lion.
if there's a cat, it like
yeah, I think you even
doubles or
warned me.
triples the fucking noise.
I think you warned me, and I was like, it's gonna be fine. The loudest
I'll
snoring
kill a motherfucker.
I've ever, and I think I tweeted, because I think in my mind I was like, what if one day I fall in love with someone and they snore like this, and then would I just never sleep again? What happens?
When I used to drink, I had sleep apnea real bad, and it went away when I quit drinking. But I remember one time me and my girlfriend were fighting, and she was crying, and I was like, I gotta be honest with you, I don't even understand what we're fighting about. And she was like, I think it's because I haven't slept in 2 years. Because my snoring was horrendous.
Yeah. No, it's like it is better when I'm not in a room with something I'm very allergic to, but it doesn't really matter because like I think 9 out of 10 girls I've like dated, like everyone I've dated has a fucking cat. And that's fine for them. I'm not judging cat people, but I can't breathe when I'm staying the night at their place.
yeah.
And as they're like, why are you just... The only thing we can do here is to get rid of your cats,
Right.
Which isn't going to happen. So,
Or put it upstairs and vacuum every inch of the apartment.
yeah. Now he's gotten better, but no. The storing is bad. What I'm not as heavy because, like we already talked about, I do fluctuate quite a bit. It's not as bad, but I always snore.
Yeah.
I guess that is intimate.
Yeah, I've had people be like, yeah, it's not a problem at all, and I happen to be not as fat at those periods.
I think anyone who just kind of like sees you sleeping in general, like that's a very vulnerable position to be
Yeah,
I know.
in when you're sleeping. I definitely like fart in my sleep. Just anyone you're just anyone watching you sleep, you have to trust. I feel like.
that's wise words
True.
from the pussy knife
But
lady.
I also believe that sex to me. But although my love language is physical touch, so maybe sex just has more intimacy involved in it for me. And I'll do this thing where like if I think like a significant other is mad at me, I'll try and fuck them, and
Jesus Christ.
because I'm like if he fucks me, he loves me, and he's not mad at me. And
How do I give the girls I've dated whatever disorder that you have?
low self-esteem and daddy issues, probably.
No,
I don't know.
that's been a through line. That's not
I'm
what
sure.
Yeah.
No, you know
Me
what
too.
it was? You know what it was? It was that the first person that I ever fell in love with, we ended up, after we broke up, I was still in love with him for a very long time, and I felt like that was the only way to, for some reason, he was probably a sex addict, and I feel like that was the way that I felt loved by him was
Right.
because he would
You were like a feeder, but for sex.
he would he would be like, I don't want to be with you, but then as soon as he wanted to have sex with me, he was like, I want to be with you, and then he would have sex with me and then not want to be with me. So it was
Sure.
and that sucked, but every time I wanted to get his validation or be around him or whatever, that was what I would use. And so I think because that was my first kind of go around with a man, that that's just what I think now. I just think that that's what's going to work on them.
Yeah, you're right. Women would be way worse than that.
What? Wait, what did you say?
That women would be way worse than that. Like you were talking about how you couldn't date a woman, and then you just explain these men that are disgusting.
Oh yeah, I mean no, that particular man was
Right.
yeah.
Maybe try abroad.
Yeah. Honestly, maybe if the one I'm dating now doesn't work out, I probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it could get much worse.
No, I like the guy.
He's a very sweet person. He's a big old dork. I highly recommend dating.
I called
a big
him
old
by the
dork.
wrong name for a very long time, and I'm still.
Was it close?
Yeah, but that made it worse.
I don't think he cares because he also does that. Like he's really bad with names.
Oh, okay,
And so
yeah.
he'll call my friends by the wrong name, and I get really pissed at him because I used to think that because there are people who are just really bad with names, but I used to think that wasn't a thing. I was just like, you don't care. You just don't care what my name is.
Yeah, no, I'm genuinely really bad at names.
Yeah. Well,
But
Brian.
I'm really bad with faces.
that used
too.
to
Good.
going back around to anger. That's one of the things that used to make me really angry was if someone forgot my name, and I think it's just
You must have fucking hated me the first 30 times we met.
I don't think you forgot my
You're
name.
like the least hateable person, though.
Yeah.
I see. Then why do I hate me so much?
I don't-
Well, that's part of your charm.
I guess. Is that the rules of likability?
Yeah, I think
I've
so.
absorbed all the hate that should be directed at me, so people have to make up for it. No, we like there was like we've talked about this, but there was like a good like dozen times you went to Anchor Bar, and we talked, and then I every time we talked, I forgot we had talked before. and you reminded me of this like years later, and then I remembered you, and I felt really bad.
That's something both you and Connor have in common. I remember me and Connor McSpadden met about 50 times. Every time he would introduce himself, and I'd be like, "We've met before."
Yeah.
And I remember the last time that it happened, I was like, "We have met like 50 times," and he was like, "We don't have to be such a cunt about it." And then he said, "Be more memorable then." And now he's one of my best friends. So
Sounds like an old Tonight Show booker.
Yeah. Hey, it's not my fault you ain't got the chops, cunts.
Yeah.
It's out of my way.
Nobody wants to see a broad telling jokes.
Time to smack some bottoms. Ashing his cigar into the child intern.
I do think I have this insecurity of like being invisible or like not being memorable, and so when that happens I do get very self-conscious.
Which you are. I've fallen in this too. I am the least conspicuous person alive.
Yeah.
But like we both do the same. When you're depressed, you also bring your head down. You cover your face. You cover your arms. You wear the fucking suicide hoodie.
Yeah.
You do all those things to be less noticeable.
Right.
You've grown as a person. You're more confident. You know, you're not afraid of your reflection or where the fuck was going on.
I wrote down things that made me angry, and one of the things is my reflection.
No, I fucking hate my reflection. No, I hate my reflection.
It's not the reflection. It's you.
No, man, I got a problem with mirrors, dude.
it's the mirror.
I'm fine. The mirrors are all fucked up.
Do you know how much happier we'd all be if we never looked in mirrors? Like, you don't have to know what you look like.
Yeah, but then you'd be all mad at people who always have shit on their face. Like, there's just no winning.
So that's other people's problem.
Or
They
if
have
you
to
passed
deal.
out drunk and you had a cock on your face and you didn't know.
Yeah, you can't see the prints on your.
Well, then you
Yeah.
have really bad friends who wouldn't tell you that you had a cock on your face.
A mirror has saved me from many, many humiliations.
Who?
Well,
A mirror.
a mirror.
Oh, a mirror.
Oh, no, Amir K. the
I
comedian.
was like,
Middle Eastern friend.
who is the mirror that we're all
I do
friends
hang
with?
out with an inordinate amount of Arabics.
Yeah,
dudes.
for a second, I was like, does he mean Samir? Does he mean, like, I was like, who the fuck is he talking about? I'm a fucking dollar, dude.
Yeah, I'm also a mumble mouth. So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I've cried into a mirror a lot of times, and yeah, it's sad. Usually, it's a hormonal thing, I think, but God, it's fucked up. It's fucked up when you're very depressed. I think and I don't know, maybe it's for men too, but I feel like women get very down on themselves about their bodies and their faces when they're depressed. Because there have been times where I've been like, I'm so ugly. And there'll be a picture from that day. And then a week later, I'll feel like, oh, I look great. And then there'll be a picture from that day. And then you look at the two pictures and they look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I wasn't any uglier that day. I was just fucking.
It was how you were feeling.
Yeah. I you know, I hate to lower the curtain. Men have that shit too.
Big
we
time.
just aren't allowed to express it, and that's why we hit our kids and
Yeah.
fucking shoot up schools and shit like that. It's just like, yeah. I mean, like people mock like you know.
I think guys should let it out. Let out I feel fat
Yeah, but then
today.
women judge us. That's the other part the women don't bring up. There's nothing.
I know.
There's not. No one is more critical of men showing their feelings than women.
That's true. I mean, I like it. I like it when a man.
That's
shows
that
their
balance
feelings.
where they beg you to show your feelings, then you show them, and they're like, ugh.
Yeah. Oh, it looks real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was imagining more of like
Yeah.
a 300 kind of like. It's just
You
you
guys.
became Gerard Butler and cried as you killed the last Persian, and you're just a hairy dude.
Yeah.
This
sweeping right
This is
now.
so sad. You guys are just like in pain and self-conscious and can't even talk about it.
Well, I mean, I like to think it's made me really funny, but I have nothing to back that up with. I don't even have a TV credit for that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but they're like, yeah, I mean, I'm being open about it, but yeah, no, I think that's what dudes talk about when I think girls think we're talking about pussy. Well, one-on-one conversations.
You
are a
guys
lot of
talk
times-
about your emotions?
Yeah, occasionally. We do it like men. Yeah. We do it with that weird, like, yeah, this happened, and then I'm not going to get into the feeling part, but yeah, that was fucked up. And then someone else is like, yeah, this one time this happened. I'm like, yeah, that's fucked up. And then we watch hockey. Like, that's how men express their feelings.
I do think the go-to anger for men, the go-to emotion for men is anger because that's the most acceptable one. So, like, if they're sad or if their feelings are hurt or whatever, they just go to, like, oh, she's a stupid bitch. But, like, really, your feelings are just hurt and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I found punk though, because like when I got away from that shit really early, because like punk music,
The anger or the trying to bottle?
the bottle your emotions, because like I was
Is punk music all about like letting out?
like I was into like activist anarcho type punk, not like No Effects or something, you know what I mean? So like there was definitely like songs like about expressing your emotions, and like, you know, it was good for me mentally, I think.
Oh, I don't even think of like when I think of punk, I don't think
Yeah,
of
that OC. Oh, the OC is different.
I mean, I guess I do because
Those is not allowed to have feelings.
Yeah,
that, Well, that pop punk, it is kind of like they're having feelings about things that are stupid.
Or
But-
like hating every woman they ever met for not fucking them on sight.
Yeah,
Most pop punk. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
When really they're just saying about how they wish they knew their dad better.
Yeah.
That's what every song about fucking women is really.
Yeah. It should be. I'm sorry, I can't throw a baseball.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
name of the song.
Or I should have cooked that dinner with my mom. Yeah, like it's all. Yeah.
oh man. I mean, it doesn't make me feel better that men are also sad, but it does make me less angry at them.
Well, there's a massive industry of sadness.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's billions and billions of dollars made off of sadness.
Well, dude, it's like fucked up because I remember as a kid, commercials would try to get to you by like being funny.
Yeah.
Like, look, the bald eagle stole the Budweiser. That's fucking great. Now it's just like, now they're just like trying to make you feel or like remind you you're depressed. Like a lot of the commercials are, we know you're fucked up, but maybe Subaru will make you feel better. Like it's tapping into such a more evil.
Remember a
part of your
time when
brain.
you didn't want to shoot yourself in the skull?
Yeah. And
Have
then
a Bud
Taste the
Light.
Rainbow. It's a Skittles commercial.
Yeah. It's a throwback hat company. Like, remember
Yeah.
a time before you were molested?
Right.
Buy a hat from that era. It's the old Braves logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a whole, from junk food to everything. I mean, every single thing is built on you being depressed and sad.
Yeah, well, all the food commercials where it's just like, think about all the times where the commercial, it's not just Skittles, it's fucking Cheetos, it's like all sorts of junk food, Taco Bell, where the commercial begins and they're like, everything is bullshit.
Yeah.
And then they have like a chalupa and like it's colorful. And
Yeah.
the Facebook ad, it's like these bored teenagers. The next thing you know, there's like a bear twerking and it's like everyone's fun. Like the arc in a lot of commercials is everything's sad, but we're the joy.
Yep.
Which is a fucked up subliminal thing to tell people.
It's interesting because I feel like it used to be that society was like, you have to be happy and positive like all the time, and now it's the opposite. So now it's more punk rock to be happy.
That's every fucking sports profile too now, is like, his parents were murdered in front of his eyes. And, you know what I mean? Like, it's never like, it's never a positive story. They don't highlight anybody who's just like, he was a natural talent from age 6.
It's because
Right.
the NFL has to explain why they let people in who beat their wives. They have
Right.
to make you feel sympathetic.
Well,
was
no,
raised
plenty of
in
somehow.
people who grew up in good households beat their wives.
Huh?
Plenty of people who grew up in good households beat their wives.
You think so?
Yes.
Where does that come from?
What do you mean by a
then?
good household?
I guess
You
I
just
mean
mean the
a
actual
wealthy,
house?
a wealthy,
Wealthy.
yeah,
Right.
wealthy people.
Yeah. Because I think a good household could stop that.
Yeah. Well, I guess. I mean, good is so subjective. I guess.
Yeah. I'm thinking there's love and support there.
Yeah, I don't see someone having a good supportive family in them. However, no, because there's sociopaths, there's serial killers who
Yes.
had like.
My parents are very loving, and I'm like one of the most fucked up people I know.
Head
You wouldn't
though,
beat
right?
your wife
No, I would not.
because you have empathy.
But I would let her beat me.
People,
It'd be like, give him what he deserves. She'd still be the one crying, but I would give it to him. And
That would add a layer to it because she's hurting you, and then you know you're hurting her by making her hurt you, and now you're just coming at it.
Oh, that's real fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm more fucked up than the wife beater now. That escalated quickly.
Just hit her like a normal person.
That's psychological torture.
Yeah, yeah.
Look what you're doing to me, you fucking bitch. Keep doing it.
I would never call her a bitch.
That's
Okay, there's
Yeah.
limits to this
Yeah.
role playing.
I just make her dissociate from caring about me.
I call her mom.
Yeah. Yeah. What was your question?
I don't even remember.
We were talking about lederhosen at one point.
I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember Lederhosen.
Oh, you know what? That was the conversation I had before this
Oh,
podcast.
I was like, my mind was just
That was-
wandering to Lederhosen.
Shout out to Dave if you ever listen to this. That was from talking to you.
Lederhosen, German for leather pants.
Dave Sires.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We were talking about when I had Keith on. We were talking about how Dave tried to convince me that what's really hot on a woman is when one ass cheek is significantly bigger than the other.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Really?
Oh, I love that.
That's why.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
That's
I can see you liking that.
freakish.
It's-
No, I like symmetry. Taj
Yeah?
Mahal. I'd beat off the Taj Mahal, dude. I love symmetry.
Just jacking off to those Japanese towers that won't fall from earthquakes. Been up for like 600 years. Like, no, the balance.
Yeah.
dude.
I'm
symmetry
trying
and
to figure out
stable.
if he was fucking with me or if there's some guys who have that fetish of
Oh, some guys,
asymmetry
sure.
in the butt.
That's a wild fetish because that's going to be difficult to accomplish. Like to find that one big ass cheek.
Well, no, not one. I mean, yeah, I guess one significantly bigger than the other. I feel like probably if you break your leg or something, because you know how when you
Oh, you favor a muscle?
yeah. So probably when you if you're someone who favors one muscle, you can maybe get if you do like one-legged squats.
Maybe that's
you
one.
you could get that asymmetrical ass.
Maybe that's why one ball hangs lower than the other.
I mean, look, humans
favor that leg.
Humans are not asexual, asymmetrical. We're not perfect. We're not meant to be. I feel everyone who goes into a plastic surgeon, that's what they're going for is symmetry because we're supposed to be asymmetrical.
Yeah, that's why I don't like plastic surgery. It makes me feel like I'm looking at shit,
all the
series
same
here.
person.
Like
Yeah.
it feels too robotic for me.
Yeah, all the same. But so maybe that's what he was saying. He likes a natural ass.
I mean,
Yeah,
that-
I mean, I think he was fucking with you because he was describing it very,
Yeah.
but yeah. I mean, I've never seen an ass so asymmetrical that I was like, damn, that ass is asymmetrical.
yeah. I can't think of one ass I've ever seen where the ass cheek is significantly larger than the other.
Maybe seizure people. Because their face droops on one side, maybe it goes down to their ass, or not seizure, stroke. Like you have a stroke, and maybe it drags down.
I don't
to the
know,
bottom.
They have
maybe.
one droopy ass cheek.
Yeah, I've never seen a stroked person's ass.
You probably have and didn't know it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what that song is about.
you're saying that like you know something that I
mean,
don't.
No, like maybe you're leaving a baseball game and you're going down the stairwell and you just see the ass. You don't see the face.
But I feel like the genes would help resymmetricize the butt.
Yeah.
There's only so many asses
I
I've
think you
seen
need
bare.
implants. The only way you can pull this off is implants. I think.
I think that's what that Billy Squire song was about.
Stroke me, stroke me.
The stroke, yeah.
Yeah.
It was about
One-
droopy ass
girl with one big ass cheek.
strong.
What an name.
What are the lyrics to that song?
Stroke me,
Is it stroke me, stroke me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
About
Pretty-
a
pretty
handy,
subtle.
little handy poo.
Do you guys?
That's how I ask for handy. Can I get a handy poo? You want a jib jab on my flip flap?
That's you're a pedophile.
Why?
I'm the
I
one talking like a baby.
a
The
handy
chick
poo?
is the pedophile. How dare you?
I guess that's true.
Yeah. You sexist.
What what do you think is the worst part of being alive?
I think women can be pedophiles too, by the way.
I think so too. Absolutely. Yeah. And women can do anything men can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, not anything.
Yeah.
What can we do?
Basketball.
I thought you were going to say something clever, and that really shook me.
Objectively not true.
I thought I was waiting for the big clever twist, and you're like, nope, keep it a classic.
Sometimes the best misdirection is straightforward.
No, you're 100%.
You're driving, talking, telling stories.
All right. They can't do any of those things, but they can be pedophiles.
Yeah. No, I've met some lady pedophiles.
Have you? How many?
Yeah.
Wait.
Confirmed by law, 1.
You've met.
I actually can't tell this story on the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Just confirmed by law.
The fact that you've met multiple lady pedophiles is insane. I don't think I've ever met one. At least I hope not.
You probably have, but you just don't know.
Yeah, you
That's
just
my
don't
answer
know.
to
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
I guess they're not going around advertising that.
Yeah. Well, they weren't
Well,
handing out shirts.
I
that
guess
said-
there's well,
Instead
I guess
of I'm with stupid,
I-
I fucked him.
I guess there's
That's
those
her son.
I guess there's those teachers that fuck their students.
Yeah.
But people I mean, I think that's changing now, but people were never you like, ew, gross, she's a pedophile. They were like, nice, you know.
I don't think that's changing at all.
You don't think so?
A girl teacher with a guy.
think
Yeah.
now at least
nobody will
adults
ever care about that. Ever.
Really?
Adults now get weird about it, but they know there's a lawsuit there.
I mean, that's all the porn I watch.
Oh, really? It was 15-year-old.
No.
I was making it up.
Wow, now I know two lady pedophiles.
No. Adults pretending to be 15.
Oh.
I'm kidding. No, it's just I like school porn. They're probably college students. I don't know. They don't specify what grade they're in.
It says 7th, but I blocked that out of this story.
If
I'm
the
gonna say
chair is
they're
bolted
college-
to the desk,
I'm
it's
gonna say
not
they're
college.
they're college professors. You know.
You like
yeah.
school porn, huh?
I do. Yeah, but it's changed now.
Do you like the guy or the girl being the teacher?
I like the guy being the teacher, but I feel like now it's either the girl being the teacher or the guy's the teacher, and he's the one going, we shouldn't do this, and she's like coming on to him super hard, like, come on. Where I feel like it used to be like, if you want that A, you know, you gotta suck this dick.
D.
Yeah, but they don't do that anymore, and you know.
This is the funniest back in my day I've ever heard.
They used to suck dick for promotions.
Obviously, in real life, male teachers should not do that. But in porn, I feel like sometimes I want that power dynamic. That power dynamic for me is hot. That fantasy for me is what I want to jack off to.
The male teacher, or the female teacher.
When it's a male teacher and a female student, and
You want someone to kind of
and
like
he's coercing her.
dominate and own you a little bit.
Well, I like a little bit of coercing.
I
like-
you want to be fake tricked into fucking
I like
somebody.
a little bit of because I realized I have this thing where I want to be like, I don't know if I want to fuck you, and then they're like, come on, and I'm like, I don't know, and they're like, come on, you know, I like like
Coercion.
that kind of thing. Yeah, I like that. And then I've told a guy that, and he was like, I'm not going to. If you say I don't know or no or anything like that, I am not going to keep trying.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, good on you, but
Yeah, your orgasm is not worth the trouble.
Yeah.
If it was like an organ, like I would need someone to tell me beforehand, like, hey, can we role play this? Where
he wasn't even willing to do that.
see that there's nothing wrong with, but
Well-
yeah, no. If I would ask someone, do you want to have sex? They're like, yeah, I don't know. I'd be like, I'm sorry for bugging you. Like,
I'll go kill myself. It's fine.
no. It's,
And I used to think it was that. I used to think it was a power dynamic thing, but I think what I'm really into is just them begging for it.
Okay.
Like that's the thing is I think again, I did date someone who when I didn't want to, he begged for it, and I guess that was just like my first, I don't know, I guess your first sexual experience probably colors your sexual experiences
Well,
for the rest of time.
I have a counter idea / theory. Where as a kid, did you watch a lot of Oliver Twist?
No.
Okay.
Because
That was sorry. I guess that's a lit major joke.
Please, sir, may I have some pussy?
consider yourself fucked in the ass. I don't know.
Yeah.
I tried to. I'm not an improv person. I don't improvise songs.
You want to take a break and you can write it down?
Yeah. You know what? Look, I do have stuff written down because I'm trying to be a better host. I'm trying to come better prepared. I'm trying to be a more commanding host that says like less. I'm trying to give my listeners a better podcast experience.
This is the least you've ever said like
You think so?
with me, well, except for when
So
you're sleeping.
people notice it. Like you notice it?
Yeah, but fucking most girls are like talk like.
I mean,
like most of the time, I'm just tuning people out anyway.
I think one, I'm from Orange County, and I think Orange County that there's like a vernacular there.
Yeah.
You know what's
And-
funny? One time I told you I thought you were from the South, and you were like, people always say that.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, people always. Nobody thinks I'm from here.
Yeah.
People either think like Midwest. It's always somewhere different. There's New York, Midwest, South, but people think I'm from anywhere but here.
I get Brooklyn and Chicago.
That makes sense.
Chicago, I see, not Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You
Yeah.
still haven't answered my question.
What was the question?
What's the worst part of
Lederhosen. Sorry. The worst part about being alive. I mean, that's such a. Fucking. I mean, I did answer. You just didn't like my answer. I said karate. Worst part about being alive. Fucking.
I sent you this question like 3 hours ago.
You did. You did. And then I got involved in a conversation about Lederhosen. I think the worst part about being alive is I think a lot of people think that one day things are going to be better.
That has been
And
probably 3 out of the 4 answers that I have gotten.
yeah, and I think the real, and I don't even think it is the worst thing, because like once you realize, like, or sorry, that things will be good. Mm-hmm. Things are never going to be good, but things are never going to really be good for anybody.
And
But
that's an
things-
inspiring message from Tom Goss.
But things do get better. Sometimes it's not as better as you want it to, but things do get better. But I think, yeah, I think finding a lot of dreams aren't
we're
going to
gonna
come true.
we're gonna re-record the "It Gets Better" campaign. It gets better, but never good. It's never gonna be good.
Yeah. It's better than worse.
No, I think things are good sometimes, but it never lasts. Like it's always a roller coaster of sometimes things are good and sometimes things are bad, and I think we cling to the bad more, you know. But what is happening?
I'm just taking a film so I can show my people that the studio works.
Oh, okay.
Keep rolling. God, you can't do anything in front of comics. If this was like a true crime podcast, I would not have acknowledged that at all.
But I do think that it's
Well, with the producer throwing in a weird women can't play basketball between she got murdered and she got
Harping on, I said some other things that were in the right, you know,
blue
on
balls
the right
is
side
real.
of history.
Yeah. Sorry, I
are
just
trash.
interrupted you to dunk on Brian,
it's okay.
and I'm gonna do it again at some
But
point.
I do think that yeah, we hold on to things being bad more and think about it more, but really it's just whatever state we're in, whether it's good or bad, it's always temporary.
Yeah. No, I think like when things are on fire, you're like, well, maybe one day things will be good, and I think it's like after the fire's gone, it's gonna be a bunch of ash, and then you're gonna have to clean up the ash, and then eventually you're gonna have to wait for like plants to grow and things get better. It's green, and that's gonna catch on fire again.
And your skin will hurt forever.
Yeah. and
Somehow I
been
think
burned.
that's less sad because when you have hope and you think like, yeah, one day everything could be fine is less sad than for me when things are going well and I'm like, when is this gonna go bad? Yeah.
It was actually the last like you said was the right like. It was 2 likes ago.
Okay.
But I didn't want to ruin your flow.
Thanks.
It's like you're like a Geiger counter for likes. Yeah, I'm gonna change it. It is because like there's always that is the cycle. Things are on fire. Then it's not as on fire, but it's a mess. Mm-hmm. Then the ash becomes the plant. Then the plant becomes the fire. Like that cycle happens your entire life, and you're gonna get better at coping at it. But a lot of your dreams aren't going to come true. And no one ever, I don't think we tell children that enough, is like most of your dreams aren't going to come true.
And that's why for $19.99, Tom will come to your house and talk to your children and tell them that their dreams will never come true.
Yeah,
I guess that
not
depends.
all of their dreams won't come true.
Depends on what their dreams are. I think what Tom is, have realistic dreams.
I'm not even saying that.
Don't dream that one day you'll own a home. Dream that one day you'll live in a studio apartment with your kind of okay girlfriend.
That's not even what I'm saying. I think you should have big dreams and you should fight for those big dreams.
But just know
that it's most likely not going to come true, and come to terms with that before it doesn't come true.
I don't think anybody who's ever accomplished something big has had tempered expectations. I think in order to do something huge, you got to be completely delusional.
That's what's annoying is, and I've realized it with even in our field, is I don't ask for stuff. I don't reach out for stuff. I don't
Me too. Yeah.
any of that because I'm afraid to, and I don't want to annoy people and whatever. But the people who are achieving things and getting stuff, it's because they are delusional and they are badgering people. They don't care if they're annoying. They're like, I deserve this. Mm-hmm. And so I'm obviously going to get it.
Yeah, and to counteract what you're saying, because, that is the vast majority of people who accomplish their dreams. At the same time, that's also a bunch of people who have the same exact personality who don't.
Yeah, you need a Scotia talent.
Like, you see you see 10,000 people with that as their personality. There's still only going to be one or two of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that is a thing, which is, yeah, I think it's that's the thing is all of these things is I don't think I guess it's kind of bummer, but I don't think it's bad. I actually think it's healthy to realize people don't deserve things.
Oh yeah.
Nothing is deserved. Mm-hmm. The kid dying of dysentery right now didn't deserve it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The kid who was born into fucking wealth and is his dad runs Canada. I don't know their politics, but or whatever the fuck. He didn't deserve it. It's just, it's all fucking random. And that's just a lot of the world is just random. So fight for shit, but just know nothing is fucking deserved.
I do 100% agree with that. I think anyone who thinks they deserve whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, you're very wrapped up in yourself.
Yeah.
If you're if something bad happens to you, you're like, oh, I deserve this. That's self-loathing, and you're very wrapped up in. If something good happens, you're like, I deserve this. Then you probably are very full of yourself.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean you can't earn things,
right?
But fighting to earn something, earning money, earning respect, that doesn't mean you deserve it. That just means you put out the actions to receive it, and you got it. You earned it. That has nothing to do with deserve it.
Right.
But just knowing that you and the rest of the world does not deserve is a made up concept, and there's one word that should be taken out of the fucking dictionary. There's 39 words for snow in whatever the politically correct. Thank you. Yeah. There should be 0 words for deserve. Because it's a made-up fucking concept.
What about a serial killer who's getting the death penalty? Would you say it's earned more than deserved?
I'd say that's earned.
That's fair enough.
He earned it by killing.
Yeah.
You earned this death penalty.
Yeah. Would you say the victims earned it or deserved it?
Absolutely neither.
That's the correct answer. Brian gets canceled a different podcast.
We don't know these victims.
We don't. But it's But a lot of even the serial killer, a lot of times they deserved it because God told them to. A lot of times,
Right.
How many deserve has never led to something positive happening to anybody.
Right. But dessert has.
Dessert, yes. Now you can look like me and scream about serial killers on a couch. And
Dessert means the two best things in the world. It means sweet treats and leaving the military. It's the best. It's the best word in the English language.
Aren't those spelled differently?
I don't know. They sound the same.
So you're saying that people will be happier if they let go of the idea that they deserve.
Yeah, I think acknowledging that a lot of shit.
I think people deserve health care.
Yeah.
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 I think that's a right.
I think so.
Yeah. No, and well, there's I'm trying to think of a different.
People deserve food. There's those inalienable rights that I think people deserve.
Well, you could also say people don't deserve to be starving. And therefore,
Right, but the inverse of that is they deserve food.
I guess.
Yeah.
You don't have to go all complicated and double negative. You can just say they deserve
I'm
food.
trying this hard to be glass half empty.
I was trying.
No, and I agree with that. I guess what I mean is thinking in terms of I deserve. Mm-hmm. Is more what I'm talking about.
Sure.
I
So
do
when
think there
we-
should be rights. Rights are different. Rights are different than deserve. Rights, just like deserve, are man-made constructs. It's human.
Sure.
We've decided what people's rights should be, and I think those rights should include things like healthcare,
Yeah,
rights
yeah.
to food, rights to those things. But even that, rights is not. No one's born with rights, unless they are born into a system where a bunch of people decided these are what your rights are.
Sure.
But
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
people like believe like karma or like deserving something is like I will put out this action and receive this thing.
Oh yeah, I don't believe in that at all.
And it's that I don't. I
You
don't
heard
think that's
Tom
true.
Goss. No one is born with rights.
Naturally, no.
lot of
It's
there's a
all
lot of
man-made.
ways that can be taken. I think you should be able to get an abortion after the fetus is born. I think
Yeah, once now you're glass half full
after
again.
term abortion, nobody's born with rights.
Yeah.
When exactly were your dreams dashed into a million pieces that
Oh,
led
I'm
you
still
to
gonna
this?
accomplish all of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. 'Cause
I
you
don't-
deserve
He's
it.
talking about other people.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
I'm talking about the fucking plebeians, okay? I'm talking about those idiots who. No, I don't. I mean, part of it is just like I don't know. They've changed a lot over the years because you slowly. I think in true delusional fashion, I haven't gone. Well, that didn't happen, so. Obviously, I should try something else. I'm like, well, Comedy Central's not going to exist in the next 4 years, so obviously I'm going to be on Hulu. Like, you
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
change the goalposts. I don't know what the fuck the dream is anymore.
That's
I think
You're
that's-
shockingly young too.
What?
You're shockingly young too. So there's no reason for you to be giving up on your dreams yet.
How old do you think I am?
You're like 27, aren't you?
I'm 28.
28, yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 35, 6.
Okay.
36.
Just tell people you're 28.
I don't care.
Uh-huh. But Hollywood does.
What? I'm
I
not
mean,
going to be in
I
the
don't-
new Avengers. What the fuck
I
are you
don't
talking
think they
about?
care if you're 28. I think they care if you look 20.
I just that,
Hollywood
you're
doesn't
not
care
really from
anything
Los
about what I'm
Angeles
doing.
until you lie about your age. That's why, even though I actually am 28, and I can prove it with my driver's license, Hollywood thinks I'm 43.
Yeah.
Because everyone who looks like me is 43.
Yeah, I thought you were my age. Like,
Yeah.
no matter at any point in your life, I'll be shocked at how young you are.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would much rather be older and people think I'm younger than be young and people think I'm old.
Right.
No one's ever looking for the actor. Like, we need a 27-year-old who looks like fucking shit. Who you got?
I mean, if they're looking for, someone who can play a dad but still have like the vibrance to work,
Or like a whole lifespan movie.
Ah.
Where you're in high school and then you're like go all the way to fatherhood.
Yeah, where you could
you
be-
can pull it all
You
off.
know what?
I actually, if I like shaved and you gave me just
Yeah.
like 6 weeks between age,
You dried out. Yeah.
to change weight and shit, I would 100% believe I could pull that off.
I think me too. I think I could pass as a range of ages. I really do, depending on, you know, how much makeup I'm wearing and what I think I could pass. I think I could be fucking 17 or 40. I don't think anybody would know. And it doesn't
I
matter.
can't crack below 30. It's impossible. I'm gray now too, so.
Oh yeah, if you're getting grays, which I'm getting like single grays in my beard.
You also just have like a very weathered personality.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
Always have though.
You don't have like a youthful. Yeah, you seem like someone who's always just been an old man.
Yeah, for 100%.
Yeah,
Came out
no,
smoking.
I've had that too.
Yeah, you remember one time you told me you look like you've been aged at the bottom of a river.
I know. You know what? I added that into my acts because of that
It
conversation.
made me laugh so hard.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I literally I said that and you reacted. I was like, I'm gonna start saying that on stage. Yeah. No, it is worse. I would rather just be old. I genuinely would. Well, no, even in high school, man. In high school, I looked older. Like when I was, so I auditioned for some fucking like piano academy when I was in 7th grade. I used to be okay at piano. And I thought that I fucked up the audition because I did fuck up the audition. I guess my parents were like, yeah, can you give him another shot? And they said no because I thought they were lying about my age to the school. Like that was, I didn't realize, like my parents recently like just told me all this shit where like people thought I was older.
I mean, I get that with sports. Like, you know, you see the fucking big ass guy that you're like, oh, there's no way he's, you know, 10 or whatever, but I don't see why they would do that with
because
piano.
parents are crazy. But unless my parents
guess.
have literally gaslit me into thinking I'm like 7 years younger than I am, which I don't see them doing.
You were comatose for 7 years.
Yeah. Well, no, I was like sports too. Like I was fucking like those first couple years of high school. I was bigger than everybody. Like I was the same height. I wasn't taller, but I was like,
You have an athletic body. I know that sounds crazy.
because I'm fat right now, dude. When I was playing sports, I was like one of those sociopaths where I was like, I have all these feelings, must lift dumbbell. Like I was just a gym rat, and I was always doing something athletic.
You're built like a lineman. You know how linemen have to keep the calories on.
Yeah, there are guys that are in shape that are not athletic at all, and there's guys that you look at and you're like, there's no way that guy, and they're fucking fast. Like I know fat guys.
Yeah.
Like really fast.
I had an ice cream truck. So
Yeah, I wasn't even really
Ew.
like freshman year of high school. I wasn't even really fat. I was just like
ripped.
I even like look, like I didn't have a 6-pack or anything, but like if you just like poked your finger, you'd be like, oh fuck, like there was
1920s ripped.
yes,
Yeah. No definition, but real.
Yeah, and
muscular.
I had a 4.940, and I was angry.
Did you really have a 4.940?
Yeah.
I knew you were an athlete, dude.
Yeah, I had beginning of freshman year.
4.940.
Beginning, I went from. Well, I started squatting like crazy, and I went from, I think, beginning of the summer freshman year, it was a 5'4", and then by I mean it was after football season ended, and I adjusted to hockey, and I dropped some pounds because hockey.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was at a 4.9 at that.
Does that make
time.
sense to you at all, Nicole?
No.
So like a sub 5-second 40-yard dash is like NFL speed.
Oh,
He's
okay.
running like NFL speed.
I mean, 4.9 is like
For a lineman or whatever you were probably playing?
I got moved around a lot.
Yeah.
I got moved. I played linebacker. I played nose guard. I played scout team running back.
You're an athlete.
Because I wasn't. They were running a spread offense. There was nowhere for a power back to run the ball. But when they played
power back,
when
That
they played,
sounds
yeah,
funny.
when that school played other like teams that ran like power formations and shit,
How was the locker room situation for you? Did you fit in?
I mean, football's a fat sport. I feel like a lot of football players are.
But they're fast and fucking in really good shape.
I weighed 170 at this time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I fluctuated with like 170 and 190, which for a freshman is still pretty fucking yeah.
Did you ever wrestle?
I did not wrestle. It was during hockey season.
Just with feelings of inadequacy.
Yeah, just with a lot of, just with mental illness.
Yeah, just
Did you play any sports?
I did. I played soccer and softball.
Nice.
Yeah. Which was, I mean, it's funny because I played soccer from a very young age and I was really small, when I was younger, I was smaller than everyone. And then all of a sudden, I wasn't. I was the same size as everyone. But when I was smaller, I would, like, throw elbows and shit. Like, I was
sick.
a fucking... People were like, you're doing martial arts out there. What are you doing? Like, I was, like, grabbing girls' shirts. I was playing dirty, you know, like, as like, a 10-year-old. And then I went through a growth where I was the same size as everyone, and I was just getting carded all the time because I was just knocking bitches over. I was just a bully. And then I remember one time there was a referee that later on was my softball coach. A referee when I played soccer that later on was my softball coach. He's like, I'm glad you're on our side. I'm like, I'm not going to go punch girls out on the softball field.
Yeah, you were a goon.
I was a goon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have anything you want to plug?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I do a podcast with Keith Carey. This is not a show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
All of our Patreon members also support This Is Not a Show.
Oh, you didn't know what the fuck it was?
I didn't know what it was. Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't pay attention. I apologize.
And you're like, oh, that's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they probably already know about it.
Well, no, but this isn't my show. This is
Yeah,
Nicole's
well,
show.
to be honest, they probably already know about it here too. I got so many comments when Keith was on and I played the Marlins Will Soar song. I got so many comments that were like, between this podcast and Tina's, which is what they call
Yeah,
the show,
this is not Tina's.
they're like, I've heard this song so many fucking times. I'm like, you're welcome.
Yeah, not
Have you
enough.
heard this, by the way? Have you heard Scott Stapp's?
Marlon Soar.
The Miami Marlins?
Yeah,
the baseball team?
he did a baseball song for the Miami Marlins.
What are your feelings on Creed?
It's fucking hilarious.
Garbage. I mean, it's like, it's really
Try
bad.
again, Ryan.
Really bad
What are
music.
your try again? What are your feelings on Creed?
I think it's garbage.
Try again.
I hate-
What are your feelings on Creed?
I'll tell you what I think about Creed. I hate the bands they're ripping off. Like I hate the whole trickle down. Go to
Okay.
Pearl Jam. I hate them. Yeah, it's garbage. Can't stand it.
Try again.
I don't like
How do
anybody
you feel-
proselytizing me.
How do you feel? How do you feel about Creed?
It's not gonna work, dog. You can tell me to ask over and over.
You
try
don't-
again.
What do you want him to say?
I'm hypnotizing him. You like.
Your hands are too small to hypnotize.
I do have small hands. It's always
It's
been a
not
problem.
working.
You need to listen to this song.
Just listen to
Ryan.
this song. Listen to this song.
Imagine.
Do you want me to pull it up?
It's the worst song.
Imagine the guy from Creed
Look.
getting paid a bunch of money to make a song about baseball.
We've played it on this podcast
Him-
before, but we will
him-
play it again just because I want to get your reaction.
He
to this.
doesn't look up what baseball is.
Yeah.
And
The
he just
sound effects, the crack of the bat, all that shit. Yeah, he just lists off baseball things that aren't really a thing. And I mean, they're a thing, but they just like don't happen.
Well,
Like
I'm
triple
pulling this up.
plays and shit.
The guitar player from Creed, I know his sister-in-law. So she was at his wedding, the guitar player.
And now you're talking shit about him?
Yeah. No, the guitar player seems chill, but the singer, Scott Stapp, showed up to the wedding all fucked up on something and was crawling around the wedding under tables, barking like a dog.
Okay.
During the wedding reception.
That rules.
That's hilarious.
That rules, and I wished.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh man, this song fires me up.
Sorry, I turned it down.
Yeah, you gotta crank it up.
Yeah, listen to the lyrics.
Oh, so good.
Come on, Marlins, make us proud.
Oh,
What the fuck?
are you watching the video?
Yes.
Oh, it's hilarious.
This is Florida Marlins era.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna like I listen to this for a while. I listened to this like every morning just to get me pumped up for the day.
Sounds like Weird Al wrote a Creed song.
Yeah, it doesn't seem real. That's the best part about it is that it's 100% sincere. Also, this is one of my favorites.
A triple play, another play of race. Yes.
So he just Googled some shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't know
Here-
about this.
Here's what's
Yeah.
great. In my headphones, It's just like distorted guitar right now. I don't know why it's coming through. I just know the lyrics.
That's
Are you serious? You're
hilarious.
karaoke.
I swear to
That's
God.
so funny.
Listen, I swear to God, I'm not lying. You can't really know.
You
you
knew
listen to this
exactly where
every day?
the yes was and everything. That's my favorite, by the way.
My favorite thing is, by the way, on the wall behind him is a mandolin. when does Scott Stapp bust out the mandolin? Like, can you imagine playing like a "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" song with his voice?
Well, yeah. Shout out to Nashville Will. We just
big rock in the mountain.
yeah. When we were just driving around the country, we listened to that song.
So many times.
Yeah, so many times. We first listened to it on the way back from Guitar Center, and then we were like, well, we have to show Nicole. And then, like 4 days later, we'd listen to it. I don't know, 70. We listened to it before every show.
Yeah.
Every time there was a lull in the conversation. Anytime we wanted Nicole to wake up, we played the song. It was like the only thing she'd wake up for.
Yeah. I had to wake up to do the simultaneous bat thing that we did.
Yeah.
That was fun. No, and I really do at some point I want to get on the soundboard Scott Stapp just going, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's my favorite part of the song.
I don't know how, because I'm fucking stupid, but I want to figure out how to make it my text tone. Just him going, yes.
Oh, that's sick. I could show you how to do that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's no problem.
Oh, hell yeah. That would be great.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
we've plugged this song so many times.
We play
Like literally, episode 2 we pulled
It's the name of the episode, I think.
yes, it's called Marlon. Marlon, so sorry it is.
Yeah.
With Keith. No.
Yeah, and I hope you gave.
I'll never
credit
stop
to,
pushing this
Yeah,
song.
yeah. Give
I
credit to
did.
Nashville Will.
Will, yeah.
And his band. It's
Stuck Lucky.
Yeah, ska punk band. They're great. Stuck Lucky. You guys should all check them
That's a
out.
great
too.
ska punk band name.
Yeah, they're
Nice-
good.
What's also nice.
Will
when you-
reminds me of you a lot.
You can tell the genre by their name. That's good branding or whatever you want to say.
Yeah, no.
Stuck Lucky. That sounds like a ska.
Yeah, no. If you do you like that kind of music?
I liked Choking Victim a lot. Leftover Crack.
Oh,
When I was
yeah.
younger, I was into that. Yeah,
Yeah.
So a little bit. Yeah.
You should. Yeah, you should give them a listen.
I really had to climb my way out of a hole with Will because I feel like he fucking hated me at first because I was like napping and then I think I just woke up out of the back seat to say because he was going on and on about ska music and then I was just silent because I don't know anything about ska music and then he was like, sorry Nicole, I'm like autistic about ska music and I was like, Scotistic. And
How do you not love that?
he fucking hated it. He hated it.
I don't think he hated it.
He hated it. Well, he was like, you don't think I've heard that before?
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
yeah. I guess
if you
that is the ska version of you're a comedian. Tell me a joke.
and I said it.
Scotism.
I said it like so proud of myself. Like I was like, hell yeah, this is gonna fucking make.
Yeah,
him
you're
love
like,
me.
I'm straight out of a nap and I'm still sharp.
Yeah.
I think I made a few more ska puns that day too. But
Well, I think every time because he's been in like. He's in like 14 bands.
Yeah.
And I think every time he has to sit at a table with 5 other guys in like black denim jackets as they go over different ska puns they could possibly.
right.
So
Yeah.
I doubt there's a ska pun we could get to that he hasn't already gotten to.
My immediate
Right.
ones are Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein.
I think Osama bin Laden, I think, came up in the
It
van.
had to have.
Yeah.
It's so easy. It's right there.
Yeah. Oh, man. Fuck.
9
I'm
to
Ska,
11.
ska puns are fun.
9. That was my favorite song parody. Did you do like that was just a fun way at the beginning of COVID. Is I got really into Kids Bop and just song parodies and but my favorite one I did is the towers there, where'd they go? No, where'd they go? The towers, where'd they go? 9/11. Towers there, where'd they go? Now there's a hole.
You know who writes the best parody songs, and you don't. Maybe you know this, but Evan Cassidy, first of all, can play really well and sing really well.
You can, yeah. And he's got a bunch of
He's submitted some to our pod. He wrote Ivermectinville to Margaritaville, which was an amazing one. It's really good shit. I'm like, dude, if we were actual like coked out morning radio DJs, he would be our guy.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't send me that.
Ivermectinville, it's so good.
That's so fucking funny. What else did he do?
I have to check my email.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you know after. I have no memory.
Yeah. No, me too, man. Well, but I should. Okay, my social media is Goss6.
Okay, and you don't want to your album?
Oh yeah, and I have an album that's almost 3 years old. Thank you, COVID. I was hoping to have another one out by now. Yeah, Dead from Chicago.
Check it
And
out.
a lot of people were like, "Woo, this is good." So maybe you will too. It's on Spotify and iTunes.
Yeah,
and-
we'll put all this in the show notes.
Yeah, I made the mistake of buying it on iTunes, and then so now like it's the only music I have from the iTunes account. So every time I get in my car, I just hear me going "da," and I get very. That's when I get really angry.
Yeah.
I get
Like-
very angry when
What if you like pick up a first date and then she gets in the car and you're just listening to yourself?
I don't really go on dates.
Has that ever happened to you? I mean, obviously it's happened to you, but like where you were listening to yourself, because I'll go through and listen to this podcast over again, or I'll listen to a bit that I was doing, that I'm working out, whatever, and then you leave it on your phone, and then when you get in your car, that's the first thing that starts playing, and if there's someone else in the car, there's nothing more embarrassing.
That happened to me with Kevin Tinkin over and over again. His like ripping and skipping his podcast. Every
Yeah.
time I got in his car, it was playing his own podcast, but he was like, I love my shit.
I
It was
love-
really cool.
Oh, it's,
I love. I haven't seen Kevin
for
in
him.
so long.
yeah, we'll
no,
have him on.
the funniest is when Keith gets in my car because he did the intro on my album. So sometimes he'll get in my car and he'll randomly just go, "Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Goss," but it's Keith screaming it.
Yeah.
But I'm not listening to my album. It's just fucking my car just randomly
Yeah.
chooses something. I should get some free music from iTunes to put on.
Yeah.
So that hopefully you too will
Right.
play something D-list so it's not my own fucking voice. Because that would be
Yeah.
less embarrassing to
I
me.
introduced Keith in his second album.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know that I did, so when I went to listen to it, I just heard my screechy fucking voice, right? And I was like, oh no.
That happened to me with Eric Lampere's album. I was featuring for him the weekend he recorded that.
I was like, tell
Yeah.
me that you're gonna do it, because it was me just bringing him on stage. But I was like,
know.
so
Well,
I can.
what did you? Why did
So
you not assume that was gonna be part of it?
I don't know.
I
I think albums just start out on them.
How many albums have you listened to?
Not that many.
You're a comedian.
Yeah, not that many.
What?
I but I mean, if he would have told me, I would have put on like a sexier voice.
Well, I'm glad.
Not like, Keith Carey, everybody!
I'm glad it's good. It's good for me to know that you would have tried harder at Keith's album recording
Betty
if you
Boop.
knew that people would be hearing you. But when you didn't know that you
No,
just
I-
really phoned it in.
phoned it in.
I tried hard as far as like doing my set and warming them up and then bringing them up. But that's the thing. I was so excited bringing them up that I was like yelling, and my yelling voice is very Muppety.
Yeah, but then like so this is just me. We're comedians. We're supposed to look like fucking idiots. We're supposed to be
It's
loud and gross or shy and like we're not supposed to look good. Like
Yeah.
like walking
got that
around we
down.
can look good, but like we don't.
Yeah.
We're jackasses. We're stupid jackasses.
That's
There's
true.
nothing wrong with that. That means you did your job.
We live to be laughed at. That's-
What is so like? Yeah, if you threw on your sexiest voice when you brought him up,
That would
and-
be so uncomfortable.
yeah.
That's okay.
That's my Nicole sexy.
I wasn't thinking sexy
I'm
as
Charles
in like
Barkley. And
Hey, it's Nicole. Are y'all ready?
I wasn't I wasn't thinking like that kind of sexy, but more like a radio introduction, or but I guess you know what? No, I'm glad. I'm
Nicole's radio introduction. Next coming to the like stage, like it's gonna be like keep like Gary.
fuck you guys. Okay,
I know. I'm being mean to you.
no, it's okay. That has been pretty much the theme of this whole podcast. You should have seen Felicia, man.
Yeah, she was pretty hard on you.
Felicia can throw a lot of shade.
You know what? I love it. I just
This is perfect for Felicia
I
because she
just-
can do a lot of damage with her eyebrows.
Yeah.
I've never felt so afraid of someone's eyebrows. When
Yeah.
I just bring my friends on
Masterful.
to fucking make fun of me, and that's
I've made fun of Brian more than you.
that's happened too.
There's a lot more to make fun of, to be
yeah.
honest.
Well, just no one can accuse. I did it because I'm as a feminist when he said the
Sure.
basketball thing. So I'm saying
What do
this
you
so
want?
no
Points? You want
no
a
one
pat on the
can
back?
cancel me now.
All right, everybody.
I'm an East Sider.
And that's been Tom Goss, feminist.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Oh, that
There's
sounded
nothing more-
dirty coming from you.
There's nothing more feminist than letting people know you're a good guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for
This was a lot of
doing
fun.
this. Yeah, good.
Holy shit, we almost did 2 hours?
Yeah.
Sure did.
Wow.
Time flies when you're.
It did. Yeah, maybe this one's good.
Yeah, we might cut out a couple
Not-
things.
Yeah. Anyway, well,
Oh.
Just me, not you. just
you?
me.
You can just cut out
you-
anywhere where you talk so it just sounds like I'm talking.
You guys are
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
You just laugh out of nowhere. All right, sorry, Nicole. We stole your thunder.
all right. No. Yeah, no. Thank you for coming on. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right. We're out.
Nice. We'll just keep that rolling, and then I'll just.
Record a quick intro.
Oh no, we're good. Recording here. I almost did something retarded. But we're chill. And then we'll do an intro, but I'm gonna stop here first.
Okay.
Screechy fucking voice, right? And I was like, oh no.
That happened to me with Eric Lampere's album. I was featuring for him the weekend he recorded that.
I was like, tell
Yeah.
me that you're gonna do it, because it was me just bringing him on stage. But I
I
was like,
know.
so I can.
What did you? Why did
So
you not assume that was gonna be part of it?
I don't know.
I
I think albums just start out on them.
How many albums have you listened to?
Not that many.
You're a comedian.
Yeah, not that many.
What?
Wait. But I mean, if he would have told me, I would have put on like a sexier voice.
Well, I'm glad.
Not like, keep
I'm
Gary,
glad-
everybody.
I'm glad it's good. It's good for me to know that you would have tried harder at Keith's album recording
Betty
if you
Boop.
knew that people would be hearing you. But when you didn't know that you
No,
just
I-
really phoned it in.
Phoned it in.
I tried hard as far as like doing my set and warming them up and then bringing them up. But that's the thing. I was so excited bringing them up that I was like yelling, and my yelling voice is very Muppety.
Yeah, but then like so this is just me. We're comedians. We're supposed to look like fucking idiots. We're supposed to be
It's
loud and gross or shy and like we're not supposed to look good. Like
Yeah.
like walking
I got that
around we
down.
can look good, but like we don't.
Yeah.
We're jackasses. We're stupid jackasses.
That's
There's
true.
nothing wrong with that. That means you did your job.
We live to be laughed at. That's-
What is so like? Yeah, if you threw on your sexiest voice when you brought him up,
That would
and-
be so uncomfortable.
yeah.
That's okay.
That's my Nicole sexy.
I wasn't thinking sexy
I'm
as
Charles
in like.
Barkley.
Hey, it's Nicole. Are y'all ready?
I wasn't thinking like that kind of sexy, but more like a radio introduction, but I guess you know what? No, I'm glad.
Nicole's radio introduction. Next coming to the like stage, like it's gonna be like Keith, like Gary.
Fuck you guys. Okay,
I know. I'm being mean to you.
No, it's okay. That has been pretty much the theme of this whole podcast. You should have seen Felicia, man.
Yeah, she was pretty hard on you.
Felicia can throw a lot of shade.
You know what? I love it.
This is perfect for Felicia because she can do a lot of damage with her eyebrows.
Yeah.
I've never felt so afraid of someone's eyebrows.
Yeah.
I just bring my friends on
Masterful.
to fucking make fun of me, and that's.
I've made fun of Brian more than you.
That's well. That's happened too.
There's a lot more to make fun of, to be
yeah.
honest.
Well, just no one can accuse. I did it because I'm as a feminist when he said the
Sure.
basketball thing. So I'm saying
What do
this
you
so
want?
no
Points? You want
no
a pat
one
on the
can
back?
cancel me now.
All right, everybody.
I'm an East Sider.
And that's been Tom Goss, feminist.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Oh, that
There's
sounded
nothing more-
dirty coming from you.
There's nothing more feminist than letting people know you're a good guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for.
This was a lot of
doing
fun.
this. Yeah, good.
Holy shit, we almost did 2 hours?
Yeah.
Sure did.
Wow.
Time flies when you're.
It did. Yeah, maybe this one's good.
Everything hurts, everything hurts. Fucking life sucks, everything hurts.